are going live. We are live, people. Everyone's a pundit. Episode 88. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're all well. We've got some returning guests today. It feels good to have the man them back on. Man like D-Man, Jason, founding pundit on Everyone's a Pundit. He's back as well. And obviously, I'm alongside man like Patrick, aka Young Swaggy Daniels. You know, it was funny. My daughter was asking me, who's on the podcast this week, Dad? So I was like, Jason's on. She was like, oh, yeah, Jason, he used to be on from the beginning. And then she's like, Patrick Tyrant, aka Young Swaggy Daniels. Hey, Sophia's on it, you know. Sophia's on it.
Love that.
But yeah, man, people, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, give us a like, please. The more likes, it does help the channel grow. And also follow our pundits as well, man. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves now, starting with yourself, D-Man.
Yo, thanks for having me back on the show. D-Man here, one half of the D&D Footy Factory. We do a Footies talk show on Top FM every Saturday, 95.5, 10 till 12. Yeah, I'm glad to be back on, man.
Wicked. Shout out the other half of D&D Footy Factory, Double D, Liverpool fan. He's smirking right now. It's a shame he couldn't be on today, but shout out to Double D. And for those of you that don't know, this is the first time that D-Man's wore a Newcastle shirt on this podcast. You know, and that has got him. He went and bought the shirt. Crisp, you can see it's crisp, never been worn before, you know. Those of you that are listening, it's shiny. Shiny.
I forgot I had it, to be honest, bro. I forgot I had it. Boy, might as well, innit? Might as well.
Wicked. Jason, introduce yourself as well, please.
Yeah. Those that don't know me, Mr. Jason Alex, I rep Arsenal all day, every day, 365, 24/7. You get me?
Yes. Big up, Mr. Jason Alex. Come on, yeah, man. Jason's always repping Arsenal in the trenches. He's always there.
Jason is in the trenches. Though. I gotta give him that. Me and him, like, if you wouldn't know that, if you didn't know us, you wouldn't know we're friends. That's Jason, I gotta give it to him. He's always in the trenches. Rain, hail, sleet, snow, sunshine, winter. He's there, so I gotta give it to him.
Come on.
Yeah, man. For those of you that are listening on the audio, Jason's got a big smile. It's been a long time because there's been times where Jason's come up on this podcast and man looks like he's just been to a funeral, you know, like real talk, just grumpy. But he's smiling today. He's happy, and we're gonna find out why he's happy a little bit later. Patrick, let the people them know.
Yes, what's happening, people? It's your boy Patrick Tyrant, aka Young Swaggy Daniels. When you see the T, see the P. When you see the P, now represents T. Let's go.
Let's go. And I am Semps L Semps at L Semps on Twitter. If you want to follow me, you can, and follow at Views TV Official on all the platforms: Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, obviously. So let's get into today's show. As I was saying, just backstage, man, it's been a bit of a weird weekend. After last week where there was bare goals, this weekend seems a bit flat. There's a few 0-0 draws. We've got postponed games, more draws in big games. So just to go through the games, we had Arsenal start off the weekend, and that wasn't a 0-0 draw. Arsenal 2, Newcastle 0. So we're going to discuss that because we got Arsenal and Newcastle man on here today. Crystal Palace 1, Aston Villa 2. Steven Gerrard gets another win. Patrick's already firing shots on Twitter at Arteta saying Gerrard's already done better than what Arteta has. So
I went to that game, by the way.
You went to Gerrard.
You went to the game?
Yeah, my Palace season ticket holder, didn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, decent. Yeah. You have to fill us in on that one as well, then. So that's
we'll definitely discuss that one. Liverpool 4, Southampton 0. Cruising victory for them. And then the draws start: Norwich 0, Wolves 0. But to be fair, it's a good point for Norwich, man. They're starting to pick up some points now, which is good for them. Brighton 0, Leeds 0. Brentford beat Everton 1-0 at home. And then Burnley and Tottenham game was postponed today. Pat's going to give his views on why that happened. Leicester beat Watford 4-2, another loss for Watford. And Man City 2-1 at home to West Ham. And then the biggest game of the weekend was Chelsea and Man United, and they played out a 1-1 draw. Today, where we are going to start, people, is at the Emirates. Arsenal 2, Newcastle 0. Shout out to Booz in the comments. Love to Booz. Shout out to you. Glad that you got that 3 points this weekend for obvious reasons that we know about. So shout out to you. But yes, D-Man, I want to hear your thoughts really, because it's another loss for Newcastle. Newcastle are 13 games without a win now. You're still wearing, or not even still wearing, you're now wearing the Newcastle shirt. Wagwan, how are you feeling about the takeover, how the season's playing out? How it's probably a bit of a mixed emotions for you right now.
Yeah, it is, but right now I'm still kind of positive, simply because the takeover that did happen, which I didn't expect. Steve Bruce is gone, and we have a new manager that's actually got a philosophy, a style of play. So in that respect, I'm kind of happy. Well, I'm very happy. Hence why the shirt came out. I bought it out once the takeover was completed. And like I said, I'm probably going to take off from it if we get relegated. But you know what? I can't be too flat at the moment. Yes, it's embarrassing that we're the only team in the 4 divisions that haven't won a single game. We're bottom of the league. We can't defend. But I'm still trying to look at the positives, because I looked at when Eddie Howe came in, the 4 games that he had, the Brentford, Arsenal, Norwich and Burnley. So I said, minimum, well, we need to get 7 points from them games. We've got 1 so far. Anything from Arsenal would have been a bonus, an unexpected bonus if we're keeping it real. But it now puts pressure on. It's a shame that we didn't win the Brentford game, because now it puts pressure on the next 2 games we have to win. If we drop points in both of them, then I believe we're relegated. But until then, I'm still keeping it positive. You've got to look at the fact that we're attacking more. We're having more possession of the ball. We have a style of play. We're under Steve Bruce. It was years of and even Rafa, sit back and hope for the best. Like, at least with Rafa we could defend, but under Steve Bruce we couldn't defend. We had no style of play. Playing players out of position. Yes, he kept us up, but the atmosphere, you saw. Everyone knows the atmosphere around St. James and around Newcastle was very low. Like, everyone was down in the dumps. So this brings a little bit of hope. And if we get relegated, it's not going to last. We will bounce back. So it might delay the inevitable, and we don't want to get relegated. But we still got a bag of games to play. So it's not. I know only one team has done it in this position before, but it doesn't mean it's impossible, innit? So the way I see it, if we can get a couple wins under our belt, I'm not gonna be down high. I reckon we can still stay up, but more positive than negative at the moment, at this very moment. But every game that goes by, it just chinks a bit away of it. So we'll see. Innit? Ask me come next week how I'm feeling, and I'll tell you.
I was gonna say, do you think that positivity has come from the fact that the takeover has happened? So you're looking forward. Is that where it's coming from?
Yeah, that's what it is, because it's been practically 14 years of negativity. Whether Rafa is there or not, we've had 2 relegations. We've had the likes of McLaren, Bruce in there. There's been nothing to hope, to dream about, to hope for. Like, there's been nothing. It's literally been, we're going to try survive in the league. We're going to be selling our players. We're not going to buy anybody. There was nothing really to look forward to. So now there is a lot of hope, to be fair. Yes, it's not the fact that we're the richest club in the world. It's the fact that Mike Ashley's gone. Yeah, anyone could have taken us over with a bit of hope, a bit of ambition, and we'd be happy. It's not necessarily that we're the richest club, arguably the richest club in the world, but the old guard is gone, completely gone. Bruce, Charlie, and Ashley. That's enough for everyone to be happy about. Even if we get relegated, we'll be down in the dumps for a couple of days, but we'll still look at the bigger picture, which is the fact that there is no cloud over Newcastle. There is no owner that doesn't care about the club. There is no people doing shopping. There's no hiring these dumb managers. There isn't that anymore, though. So there's something to look forward to, and that's the main thing.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Shout out to the man them in the comments. Shout out to Bont, Saeed, Nippon. Shout out to yourself, Dash. He says El Jefe, El Patron, Mika Arteta. He's always beating that drum. Jason, over to you, man. You're smiling now. You're laughing. How are you feeling over there now? You know, Arsenal sitting in the position that they are, stringing along the results that they have been.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good result from last week's hiding against Liverpool. I was disappointed with that considering I know I didn't think we were gonna get any points from Liverpool, but conceding 4 goals was a bit of a slap in the face. You get what I'm saying? Considering how good we've been defensively, but yesterday we bounced back quite well. I mean, first half was a bit of a frustrating one because I was watching the game, and as the half was going on, I could see how that half was going to turn out, and I said that we need to score because the way Newcastle set up defensively, 11 men behind the ball, it was always going to be hard to break them down. Until we got that first goal, it was always going to be one of the ones where we're going to find them hard to break down. And that miss from Aubameyang kind of summed up the first half for me because he should have put that away, man. I don't care what anyone says. He should have put that away. Second half was a lot better. A lot more urgency. Passing was a lot sharper. Eventually, my boy Saka got the first goal.
Easy now, your boy.
In it, Pat. Yeah, my boy got the first goal.
No comment. Sorry for the people in the audio. No comment. I just like.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, defensively was sound. Gabriel dealt with Callum Wilson. I know Callum Wilson came there trying to rough him up, but that weren't happening. Ben White, excellent.
Gabriel kept fouling Callum Wilson, you mean? He kept fouling.
No. Callum Wilson tried to bust him off.
This is the problem. And you know what? Like, obviously, Tottenham are considered a big club, Arsenal considered, but Callum Wilson was getting fouled left, right, and centre that whole game, and the referee should have put that into it. And yeah,
but then you can say Jamal Lascelles on against Martinelli was a penalty as well.
We should have two. Yeah, we should have two penalties.
Huh?
We should have had two.
What was the other one? Oh, with Odegaard.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
That should have been a penalty.
When you look back at that, you could say, yeah, that was probably a penalty, innit? The one with Tavares, I'm 50-50 on that one, man. I'm 50-50 on that one. You get what I'm saying? But other than that, I can't really complain. Arteta's got the team playing well. Defensively, was sound.
So, can I ask you a question? You know, you said defensively
the Liverpool game. We're not conceding as many goals.
Wait, Jason. D-Man's got a question for you.
Just a quick question. When you say defensively sound, do you mean because Ramsdale's making a bag of saves? Because your defense gives away a lot of chances. Just Ramsdale's moving like Superman at the moment. I don't think you're particularly defensively sound.
Well, it's a collective thing, isn't it? You get what I'm saying?
Well, it's a one-man thing, isn't it?
Huh?
It's a one-man thing.
No.
No. Look at the save from Shelby. Look at the save from Shelby.
Yeah.
And then the previous game against Liverpool before you got clapped.
Yeah. But come on, that's Liverpool, man. Liverpool could do that to anyone.
But even Brighton, remember Brighton?
Yeah.
They should have done your dance,
bro. They didn't score.
He's making the bag of saves.
Teams are always going to get chances in games, isn't it? They're always going to get chances in games.
Yeah, but you give away a lot of chances. For a team that's fifth in the league, you give away a lot of chances.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're not conceding. You could say it's down to Ramsdale, but I say it's a collective thing. You get what I'm saying? So everyone's got their opinion. Yeah. I'm not going to argue with anyone. But for me personally, I think Arsenal's defense is a lot better than how it was last season so far. Anyway, our defense is new as well. You should remember that.
True.
Like we got like 3 new defenders. I mean, you could count Kieran was there, but at the moment Tavares is playing in it.
Yeah.
So,
don't get me wrong. I wish we had your defense. We can't defend for nothing. So, you know, I can't really knock you for that respect. But I just don't think it's. I think as the season goes on, you're going to get found out a lot more defensively.
Yeah. Well, we'd have to wait and see. I'm not really going to put any predictions on that. You know what I'm saying? We'll have to wait and see. We take each game as it comes.
Time will tell, man. Take each game as it comes. You got a big game coming this Thursday. We'll chat about that in a little piece.
Yeah.
But Pat, they're obviously coming at you in the comments already. Pat, you still don't rate Saka. What are you saying to that?
This is the thing. I never said I didn't rate him. I said he's overrated. There's a big difference. I still don't think he's as good as people make him out to be. And when I said that Sancho was better than Saka, a lot of people called me crazy, did it all this and that. And Sancho, and what did I say? As soon as Jay, let me finish. Let me land. I said it. As soon as Sancho starts playing for a competent manager and starts playing games, you will see how good of a player he is. Champions League, my guy scoring and assisting. Today he bagged the goal. good composure on the run. Man United didn't have a lot of chances. That's a sign of a good player. He had one chance, he bagged it. Sancho is a top baller. And like I said, over the course of the season, you will see who's better. And you're starting to see it now. Yes, Saka scored. I get that. No disrespect, D-man. It is Newcastle and you're at home. You know, I hate to say it, but Newcastle right now are bottom of the league for a reason. So yeah, you should bag chances against Newcastle. Sancho scoring against Chelsea away from home. There's levels there, isn't it?
Sancho's better than Saka.
All right. Pat,
yeah, exactly. Thank you. Sancho is better. I'm surprised people are telling me. I'm surprised people are saying that Sancho's better than Sancho. It's mad, but it
okay.
is
Sancho scored today. Good. Well, a good goal. You had to kind of finish that, but it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
Listen, at the end of the day, Sancho read the game, and it's a freebie, but you still got to tuck it away.
Yeah, it came from a mistake, though, Patrick.
Come on, nah.
You know what? I'll interject here and back my boy. You see players miss one-on-ones many times. Missing one-on-ones many times.
But most of he's gonna square it. Most of he's gonna square it.
And it's good that he didn't because Rashford was flipping offside. But no.
Understand that.
And also as well,
his goal came from a mistake.
It did, but still, you still got to have the cojones to tuck it away. And like I said, it's not like he had a bag of chances. That was literally his only chance, and he scored. That's a sign of a good player. Exactly. You know what? I'm not gonna That's just saying I'm lying. I'm not. I've always said
he's saying you've been lying, Pat. He's calling you a liar.
I've always said you can go back. I've always said Saka's decent, but I just said he's overrated, and I still stand by that. I just don't understand where all the hype's coming from so soon.
So you don't think Sancho's overrated then?
No, I don't. He's got 4 years of credentials that backs up the hype.
Patrick, where was he playing?
What? He's
playing
Exactly. He's playing Champions League and in the Bundesliga,
Patrick,
which is still rated.
What league was he playing in?
The Bundesliga. I just said it.
There you go. The Bundesliga is not all that though.
That's such a weak argument, James. We're gonna take away 11. We're gonna take away 11. We're gonna take away Lewandowski.
No.
Come on, man. I'm not having that.
Well, listen. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Go on.
There's probably 2-3 good teams in the Bundesliga. Yeah.
How many?
There's probably about 5 or 6. There's probably about 5 or 6. Come on, there's probably about 5 or 6.
Yeah, but who are the two main teams?
Yeah, you still got
in the Premier League. There's for the last however many seasons, there's been 2 main teams.
Exactly.
One main team in the Premier League.
Exactly.
Last season, one main team.
Is it a strong league? Yes or no?
Yeah, you would say it's a strong league. Yeah, like in terms of the coefficiency in Europe. They're always representing in both the.
But Jason, what are you actually saying then? That we should take away his credentials, his body of work because he plays in the Bundesliga?
No. What? I'm not saying Sancho is a shit player. I'm not saying that at all. Yeah. He's not a shit player.
No. I know you're not saying he's a shit player. I'm saying, what are you saying? Should we take away his credentials and his body of work because he plays in the Bundesliga?
No. But Pat's saying,
so what you mentioning the league for then?
Because Pat is saying he's got 4 good seasons in the under his belt, but I'm saying he's got those numbers playing in the Bundesliga, innit? Yeah.
So do we take away Lewandowski's credentials because he plays in the Bundesliga?
Or Kimmich's?
And not only do they play in the Bundesliga, but they play for the best team in the Bundesliga. Do we take away their credentials?
No. But I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, you need to understand, Sancho. He doesn't get picked for England either, hardly.
Yeah, but that's not.
Until Grealish went to Man City, he weren't even getting picked for England.
Yeah, but who's getting picked for England now? Saka or Sancho?
Yeah, but we've also got to understand that as much as we try and say that it doesn't happen, Gareth Southgate lives in England. He's based in England. He watches the players week in and week out. And let's be honest, he picks the guys from the teams or the players that watch it or that he sees. So Sancho isn't really now. Sancho's playing for Man United. If he starts performing, I guarantee you he gets in that team. It's as simple as that.
Who's basically taking?
It doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, you can chop and change. You can rotate. People will come in and out of form. It doesn't. It's not as easy as. It's not as simple
I don't think we go on Southgate anyway. Southgate doesn't pick players on form.
Exactly.
No disrespect, because Harry Kane should have been in there based on club.
No, he shouldn't have. And I said that. But then also,
what?
Harry Kane should have been in the English squad based on his club form, but he's banged it in for England anyway. So Like he doesn't pick players on form. He picks his favourites.
And also, because he's been questioned about that. And what he said is basically he needs to pick the players who he feels will play so that there's some harmony and cohesion. So I kind of understand that. But also, it's not fair in the sense of you could be badding it up for the whole year and still not get in. So it's, but I do get it, because if you look at the lot, the Italians, the Germans, the Brazilians, they pretty much play the same team, month in and month out. So I do understand that for the consistency. So it is hard, Jay, to just get in the team. It's not as simple as that. But you can see how good Sancho is. Like I said, and when I put that poll up, people were laughing at me. Oh, he's shit. He can't even play for Man United. He's dead. And I was like, listen, once he starts playing, you'll see how good he is. And
but you know what? I'm going to interject there. The bugbear I have, and one thing you'll realize, the majority of people on Twitter and the majority of people that talk on this football thing, they're all bluffers. Like they talk the talk as if they watch every single football match and everything. They do not. So when I've got man on Twitter quoting, oh, he's played the majority of games, he's featured in 15 games for England and Man United, I know they're Google stats men. They're not watching Sancho week in and week out, because then when people are actually talking on Sancho's performances, I can tell you categorically that they are wrong, because I watch Sancho every week. I've seen him live, and Sancho has not actually been playing poorly. It's more about the team's been playing poorly. The team's not on his wavelength. And he hasn't actually even been playing. That's the biggest thing. He started 6 games out of Man United's, I think it was 15. Like, what is that? We chased you for 2 years and you've started 6 games, less than half our games. Like, what is that? So, like what you said, Pat, when Sancho starts playing on a regular basis, we'll see what's good then, because Sancho is a baller, trust me. But just to put my 2 pence out there, I do rate Saka. I do believe Sancho is a better footballer, a better player than Saka. I would pick Sancho over Saka all of the time. But I do actually rate Saka. I think that he's a very talented young footballer, and I definitely see the qualities that he brings to Arsenal. So I'm not necessarily the same as what Pat is saying. Pat thinks he's overrated. I don't necessarily think he's overrated. I think he's a very good player, but I just don't think he's Sancho levels. That's just my take on it. That's just my take on it.
Can I? Because obviously we're talking about the Arsenal Newcastle. Yeah. D-man, in your heart of hearts, do you feel you're going to stay up this season?
At this present moment, I'm still saying yes. Okay. Simply because I think if we get the next 2 wins, we'll be in a better position. So at the moment, until those 2 games are done, I'm saying yeah. If we drop points,
who are your next 2? I know you did say it, but who are they?
Norwich and Burnley. I think it's both at home.
Okay.
Yeah, the winnable games, that man.
They're must-win games
6
now,
pointers, isn't it? Yeah, they're 6-point games, boy.
I think January's going to be very crucial for you.
Fixture pile up in December. I can't remember who we're playing, but it's horrible. So we need to get the 2 wins on the spin to get a bit of confidence. Yeah. And if we get that, then yeah. But if we drop points on Tuesday, it's a wrap. I'm saying with that.
You think so? It's still too early to say it's a wrap, but I know what you mean. It's going to look very hard to come back. There is starting to be a gap now, isn't it? When you look at
let's hear this, Pat, because I agree. If they don't get those 6 points, it is definitely a wrap, because these are their next games. Sunday the 12th, they play Leicester away from home. Then they play Liverpool away from home on the 16th of December. 3 days later, they play Man City at home. Then they play Manchester United at home. Then they play Everton away from home, Southampton away from home. And then their next, probably you will say, winnable game is the home game against Watford on the 15th of January. By then, they could mathematically already.
I will say, though, if we get those 2 wins, I will say the only games that I actually fear I'm writing off 100% is Man City and Liverpool. I'm not saying we're going to win the others or get something, but I won't be totally shocked if we get a point at some of those games. Or like Leicester and Everton, I don't fear those teams. Leicester's not what they were, and we done their dance last season anyway. And Everton, that can go either way. Where is it? I don't know if that's home or away, but
that's away. That's away. I do hear what you're saying, though. When you're in them moments where you need points, you can definitely get points against them. I definitely think for the Man United game, Newcastle have been our gimme over the last few seasons, if I'll be honest with you, D, man. Even when you lot have been giving us 4-1 wins regularly. True. So,
but to be
I
fair, I think when Fernandes banged a couple late goals or something, it was quite close up until like the 85th minute, and we just capitulated.
It's always like that with you, but then we end up winning 4-1.
True.
Even this season, we won.
When's this one though? When is it?
27th of December.
Nah, that's Christmas time. Bro, we'll be up for that, bro. We'll be up.
Yes. Love it.
D-man, trust me, check it. We've played you over Christmas for the last couple of seasons. We beat you 4-1.
Yeah, but we're usually shocking at Christmas away from home to you. Like Christmas and New Year, we normally away to you.
Yeah, it's usually at Old Trafford. It's going to be cold up there as well, boy. It's going to be blitz 27th of December.
Yeah,
you think though, D-man, do you think that Eddie's the right man to get Newcastle back to Premier League if you get relegated though?
If you get relegated, yeah, I think so. I think he knows the Championship. He knows he'll have players that want to come and play for him. I think we'll have too much to stay in there for more than a season. I think they brought him in mind. Yes, I know his interview was top notch and stuff, and between him and Emery, but I think they put him in there because the chances of us getting relegated are very high. So they need someone who has got the experience of the Championship and then who can play with that caliber of player. He's used to playing with that kind of player to get us back up there. So I'll be very confident if we get relegated that we're going to come straight back up.
Yeah,
staying in the Premier League is the hardest thing because we can't defend.
I couldn't see you not bouncing straight back. Even if you didn't have the cash injection, you would probably say your favourites to come straight back. But it's just obviously the caliber of players you can attract if you do go down is going to be obviously a bit lower than if you're in the Premier League. That's the problem. So it just probably add 2 years more to your overall plan of
it delays it a bit. But
yeah, exactly.
I'm used to it. I've been through 2 relegations, but I'm used to it.
Yeah. This comment here, D-man, Newcastle should go and buy. I think he just means Dele Alli rather than Delete Ali, or maybe
he's taking Delete Ali.
And a few other fringe players in January. Do you think that's possible given the situation you're in? Do you think you can lure them type of players in?
I think yes, because what they're planning to do apparently is the majority of them are going to be loans. So basically,
they're
going to. I think they're going to try to buy 1 or 2, but the rest are going to be loans. So people that want first team football, like Dele Alli, maybe just I'm not throwing names out there, but they don't have to worry about being in the Championship if we get relegated. But they want to play football, so I can see us going for a few loans, buy a couple of defenders and a backup striker, and go from there. But it's just a case of how far will we be from safety when we start acquiring them players, which is going to be interesting. But yeah, I think it's more loans. So the fact that loans will be attractive to those players, I think so, more than coming to Newcastle permanently when you don't know what's going to happen. So
no, that makes sense, man. That makes sense. So yeah, man, we'll move on to the next game, people. Please hit that like button. 10 people watching, please. Can you all hit the like button if you haven't done so already, please? We'll quickly touch on Manchester City 2, West Ham 1. That game was a bit crazy in the snow today because I couldn't even see the ball myself, boy. Pat, did you manage to see the game, or was
I didn't? I was at home watching the football, but because obviously of the conditions, I just kept it on Sky Sports and watched Everton and I can't remember who they played. Yeah, and Brentford game.
Brentford, yeah.
I just watched that one. It wasn't a great game, to be fair, but I watched the games that was on Super Sunday, so I didn't watch.
I hear that.
I had it on. I had the live score updates on, so I saw. It was quite a tight game in terms of the scoreline. I saw the stats and everything else. It looked like Man City were dominant, but they couldn't get that second goal. They did, and then West Ham instantly got a goal back. So I was thinking, oh, okay. But then the game ended. So yeah, I didn't predict. I know a lot of people have been saying West Ham can go there and get a result, can get a point. I didn't really see that myself. And to be fair, the scoreline said that things will go to plan or went as they should have. I know a lot of people have been talking up West Ham. I haven't been, and I've been getting a bit of pelters for that. But I think, they've done well for the last year and a bit. I had a lot of West Ham people coming at me on Twitter over the week. I was like, yeah, you guys, because they're like, oh, you're Tottenham, you can't talk to us. We finished above you. I was like, yeah, but that's once in your lifetime, pretty much. And I was like, you got to look at, if you consistently finish above us, cool. But one year, it's I was saying it to them, I can't see you finishing above Arsenal and Tottenham this season, just how of the strength of thing and the run-ins. I don't see it personally. Especially, I believe that David Moyes will try and they're going to go far in the Europa, and David Moyes will go for that. And they don't have a big squad like that to rotate. A couple of injuries, and you will start to see a different West Ham. But yeah, they went to Man City, and pretty much things reverted to form. They're a decent team, but I just don't see them for the long haul being up there like what a lot of some of their fans are saying to me, that they're going to finish top 4 or push on again this season. So yeah.
Cool. Jason, just following on from a little bit of what Pat's just said there about West Ham, I forgot to ask you where you think Arsenal are going to finish now. Pretty sure it was Kuran that said he's very confident that Arsenal finish top 4 this season. Mm-hmm. Would you echo that? And do you think Arsenal will finish above West Ham?
I think we'll finish above West Ham, but I don't think it'd be top 4. It'd be.
Are you saying that in your Arsenal group, Jason?
Remember our conversation on Twitter? Me, you, Pat, and Stav. I said between 4th and 6th.
Yeah,
I still believe that. So
you do think that you can finish top 4 then this season?
I'll probably say I think I'll probably go for more 5th.
Yeah, in your Arsenal group, what have you been chatting?
Today, because I got added in the group. I haven't been active in the group for a while. I got added in the group.
That was the Prem group.
No, these men have got an Arsenal group.
Oh, okay. So obviously, I'm not privy to that. I don't know.
I don't know what goes on in there either.
Yeah.
I know Jason ain't been downplaying this talking.
Okay.
On the reals, I've stuck with my guns, but I haven't changed my views. I don't say one thing on Twitter and I go in there and say something else. I always I'm not like that. You get me?
Masaka says Arsenal are not finishing top 4. Fair enough. No, but you lot are doing well. So you do think between 4th and 6th though. So 5th or 6th you think is more realistic where you lot are gonna finish. D-Man saying more like 6th than 5th.
Yeah, I think 6th. 5th will be very good, but I think 6th.
Yeah,
man, I'll take that.
It's heating up. D-Man, obviously, I know you love Pep, and a lot of the pundits are talking up City. I think they're talking up City because they're the reigning champions, and some of them did write Pep off and City. Because I'll be honest, I hold my hands up. I wrote Pep off last season. You know what I mean?
Wrote years ago, man.
No, it wasn't years ago. Last season, when they were struggling, I was like, "These are they ain't making top 4," is what I said, and then they went and done a madness. Do you think that City are our favourites this season?
My personal opinion, no, I don't think they should be favourites. Simply because Chelsea, as a unit, they look more complete. They added what they needed in Lukaku. I think it's a shame that Chilwell's now injured for a period of time, but they're just solid from back to front. And then you've got Liverpool coming back with the injuries coming back from last season, outscoring everybody. They can just score 3-4 at will. But you have to give City credit for the way they keep that level of consistency. And especially without a front man. Like, you watch City play and you know it's screaming out for a front man of I'm not saying average striker, but a decent striker will bag about 15 to 20 goals. They create so many chances, but I think eventually that will be their Achilles heel in the long run, because you've seen it against Southampton, you've seen it against Palace as well. All right, the weather today played a factor, but I'm not saying West Ham are a bad team, but they should be scoring more than 2, especially a late goal against West Ham. I just can't see them carrying on with these wins for a second season running without a striker to win the league. I just can't see it. But I do believe they're going to finish above Chelsea. As much as Chelsea are very good, I think Liverpool are going to take it. I actually think Liverpool are going to win it this season.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
It's mad because we just right on cue, we got a comment from Side there saying Liverpool will win the league out of us and Chelsea. So he thinks City finished 3rd and it's between Liverpool and Chelsea. And I must say there were some people that I know that were saying Liverpool will win it at the beginning of the season, and I was thinking Man United would finish above Liverpool. I didn't think Man United would win the league, but I thought we'd finish above Liverpool. I'm proper blown away with how good Liverpool been this season.
You know what? I think City and Liverpool are the only 2 teams capable of going on like a 10 to 15 straight wins. Like, I think Chelsea will drop points in a long run. But I think City and Liverpool can go on like a 10 to 12 consistent 3 points every game. I don't think Chelsea have that.
I would say Chelsea have that as opposed to probably Liverpool, to be fair. I just think, like you said, you already said it, Chelsea, their unit, in terms of how they play, their system is just, I wouldn't say flawless, but their system is really good. And it suits their players.
But you know what? If you check it, though, they failed to beat Man United. They failed to beat Liverpool. They got played off the park by City. Who they beat, really? Who they really beat?
Yeah, but they beat it. I mean,
in the Premier League, though, is if you take points off, even if you lose against your rivals, but you take points off all of the smaller teams, that's what wins you the league.
What team has ever done that? What team has ever done it without taking points off major points off their rivals and won the title? I can't think of any.
I'm trying to think of the United have always taken points off the big teams and that. But I just think that winning the Premier League is about consistency, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you consistently play teams below you rather than your rivals.
True.
Your rivals you're playing every so often. So to show consistency, because for example, Man United have been very good against the big teams over the last few seasons, and we've not come close to winning the league. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the smaller teams which has knocked us. So I hear what you're saying, but I think like what Pat's saying, man, Chelsea are very, 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 very strong at the minute.
But you know what? Arsenal clap the smaller teams and never beat the bigger teams, really. So, and they don't come close to winning the league. So, you know what I mean?
They lose against the smaller teams as well. They lose against the smaller teams as well. That's their problem.
Not this season, though.
Not this season. They're on a good run. You know what I mean? Not this season. But they're still not in the top 4 yet, though. You know, they're still not touched top 4 yet this season.
We're level on points with West Ham.
Yeah, but what does the table say at the moment, Jason?
I'm just saying we're level on points with West Ham.
But what does the table say at the moment?
I know what the table says, bro. I know
what does the table say? I know what it says. I don't know. Please tell. Please, because people that are listening on the audio don't know, innit? Like
everyone knows.
We're here to educate people as well as, you know what I mean. We're football pundits for this Sunday evening. So can you educate the people then, please? Where are Arsenal in the table at the
Everyone in the chat knows what the table is saying.
Arsenal are 5th because Jason's just beating around the bush. They're 5th.
Oh, thanks, Pat. Because
everyone knows that, though.
Yeah, so West Ham are 4th. I can't remember the other order, but yeah, it's it's interesting, man. It is interesting at the moment. Okay, Daps is saying, Daps has got a good point here about Man City winning the league 4 out of 5 times, not being top.
Read it out then.
Yeah, because Daps is saying we've won the league 4 out of 5 times, not being top in January. This season we are going into the business end already, playing Spurs, Leicester, Man United, Chelsea, and Liverpool away. So yeah, Man City have played a lot of the big teams, the tough teams. The thing is, like you said, D-Man, Man City are capable of going on a 10 to 12, 15 game run and just pretty much, going from 3rd or 4th all the way up to top, and there being a gap. They are more than capable of doing that. I don't know. For some reason, I've said it from the beginning. Before the ball was kicked, I just thought the way Tuchel's got his guys playing, the way they won the Champions League, the run that they went on the back end of the season, I just thought Chelsea looked like the more domineering team. And so far, you can kind of see that. I know they dropped points today, but really and truly, they should have beat Man United today, really, on the strength of play and the chances are created, and really how the game went on. But Man United, great counter attack, and they deserve their goal as well. But it's going to be a tight
record. I hope City win the league, and I think they won't. They ain't finishing 3rd. I think it's top 2, first or second.
I thought it'd be Chelsea or City or Chelsea. At the beginning, I was in an R, and then I just said, you know what, I'll go with Chelsea, and I've stuck with that. I said Chelsea 1st, City 2nd, and Liverpool 3rd. I can't see Liverpool winning the league. I don't know. Something tells me that they just fall away as the season progresses. I could be wrong, of course, but yeah.
What I would say though, so shout out Daps anyway from Never a Foul. Big up yourself every time in the cut. He says, further to his comment about them winning the league 4 out of 5 times, not being top in January, and saying, and we're coming 3rd because someone says that, someone in the comments said that Man City are coming 3rd. Says someone is smoking the loudest packs, no, in fact, hard food. What I would say to that Daps is, I think if anybody, whether it be a Chelsea fan, a Liverpool fan, or a City fan, they can all argue that they're going to win the league. And the thing is, only one team can win the league. Only one team can finish second. Somebody's got to finish third. To think Chelsea are going to finish third from this position, you'll think, whoa. Do you know what I mean? To think Liverpool are going to finish third from this position, you'll think, whoa. So I think if someone says Man City are going to finish third, you got to just take it that that's just their prediction. Because I think it's hard to say who's going to finish third out of those three teams, in all honesty.
Yeah, it's a legitimate 3-horse race this season. Like, any of those teams can honestly win it. Like you said, Seps, there's easily arguments for and against all those teams, and you can't really argue the case why that person is wrong if they present their argument. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, even the relegation scrap or battle is going to be very interesting. There's definitely more than 4 or 5 teams there. The race for Europe is going to be tight as well. It's going to be a really good league this year. Like, there's so much riding on it already.
Trust me. You know what? If moving on, segueing on to the next one, if we was to say that Manchester United now are going to finish third, then I would hear people say that I'm smoking. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think they were going to finish third. But Manchester United did get a point today, 1-1 away at Stamford Bridge. And you know what? D-Man, you said there, I think you've seen them drop points to Burnley, drop points to Man United. It's raised question marks in your mind. I do believe, even if it was a Liverpool that we played today or a City, I think any team that we played today, we were possibly going to get a point from today. With everything that's happened, Ollie being sacked, Carrick coming in as interim, we got qualified in midweek, and prior to this week, I've been seeing this as the game where Ollie actually gets sacked, or the Arsenal game. So I never thought we'll get anything in this game. But then with what's happening, the news about Ralph and everything, I said, you know what? I fancy us to get a draw tomorrow. And I truly thought we will get a draw today. We're definitely nowhere near as good as Chelsea. Anybody who watched the game today knows that Chelsea were levels above us. Did you see the game today, Jason?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts? Did you see anything from United today that frightens you for Thursday?
No, and that's not me trying to dig at United.
No.
I didn't see anything. Obviously, the way you guys set up, I kind of understood it, because if you went there trying to go toe to toe with Chelsea, they're just opening up like a can of worms. You get me? So, like, I understand why you guys set up the way you did. You lot took your chance, and unfortunate for you guys. Obviously, you can see that penalty. I didn't really see Chelsea scoring.
Yeah, same.
If we went for that penalty, I didn't see them scoring, because the way you guys set up, that was proper tight unit, and yeah, man, it's unfortunate that you could see that penalty, and at the end you could have scored as well if Fred, made a better decision.
Yeah, awful. But then saying that, Rudiger could have scored late on in the death as well.
Yeah, he could have if he took his chance. But yeah, man, it was a good point, because I personally I didn't think he was going to get anything from there. And that's me saying that when I saw the fixture, I didn't. You get me? I didn't think that man I was going to get anything, but yeah, you lot did all right today. So yeah, man, I'll take a point if I was in your position, no doubt.
Yeah, no, it was a good team performance, and like I said, I do think Chelsea were the better team on the day. They controlled the possession, but like Jason said, they had all the ball, but the quality of chances they created wasn't great. It's not like I remember David De Gea pulling off world-class save after world-class save. I know Rudiger rattled the crossbar early on, and they didn't really give De Gea his credit. He saved that. He pushed it onto the crossbar. But that was a top save, because that was going in. But other than that, I don't really. Yeah, David De Gea made a few routine saves that any keeper should make. It's not like Chelsea really, put him under the cosh or put your defense under the cosh. So you lot as a unit defended really well. Chelsea obviously are a really good team, but credit to you guys, man. You took your chance when you had it, and you could have almost nicked it as well if you had a better person on the ball than Fred in that 3-on-2, 3-on-1 counter attack at the end of the game. So it's a good point, man. Going away to Chelsea, Stamford Bridge, and coming home with something, you can never shake your nose at that. So yeah.
I think you got to give Carrick a lot of credit as well, because the game plan was there, and the fact that he had the balls to drop Ronaldo as well for this game for a reason. I don't think you'd expect Chelsea to have more of the ball and create more chances because they're at home and they're top of the league, but I don't think they were levels above Manchester United today. Like, yes, it took a mistake to get the opening goal, but like I said, Chelsea didn't really look like scoring.
Yeah, they didn't.
Wan-Bissaka lost his head like an idiot and kicked the man, but other than that, I think you look fully. I think you actually, once you took the lead, I think you deserve the 3 points because your game plan was to sit back, defend well, and hit them on the break, and you've done that perfectly. And you were unlucky to concede a penalty. I think you deserve the 3 points, to be fair.
Yeah, you know what? People getting onto Bissaka. I know, yes, it was clumsy, but it wasn't really his fault. He was genuinely going for the ball. It was just unlucky. The guy stooped down. What's he meant to do? Not kick the ball. It's it's one of them ones. Obviously it's a foul. He definitely kicked him, but what is he meant to do? Like in those positions, you're just unlucky if you give it away. Do you know what I mean?
And I think you have to give, like I said, you have to give Sancho credit for that finish as well, because yes, it came from a mistake, but the way he faked Mendy as well, and to beat him the way he did, I think that was a class finish. I think
it was. Yeah. Shout out to Daps, exactly what we were just saying, and I said it earlier, Daps. I don't know if he was there. To take that on one and fake out Mendy, who is in the form of his life, and to slot it away. And it's not like Sancho had chance after chance. That was his big and only chance, and he converted it. Yeah. So that's a sign of a top player, man. So well done.
It's going 1-on-1 with a keeper in that situation. The pressure you're probably under, because if you flop that.
After he didn't pass it, he couldn't pass it. It actually was off anyway, I think.
Poor from Rashford, man.
I'll give credit to Sancho for finishing the way he did. That wasn't easy.
But you know what? Like, the pressure on Sancho, because all eyes are on him. Obviously, he plays for Man United. He's come for a big fee, and he's, not been in form, as what some people will say. So that was a big chance for him, man. He definitely slotted it away. Shout out to Shoot the Defense. Let me see what Shoot the Defense is saying. Wait until the German shows up and how many players will be blowing out of their asses in training after he's hammered them.
You know what? That's true. But you're going to get fourth. United are going to get fourth now.
I said, you're saying now. I always said it from the beginning that United would finish.
I said it from the beginning.
Yeah, Seb's was looking at me like I was mad before, but I still know.
When he was messing about, after that, he thought, because I expected United to challenge for the title, not win it, but to challenge for.
I didn't think they would be that, but I knew they were comfortably the fourth best team when you look at them and how they've been performing.
Yeah, they should have been, but after Ollie's messing around, did you expect them to still keep it, get fourth?
I hear that.
Quick question to Semps though. So how do you think Rannick's going to set you guys up when he comes? Because obviously he plays that high intensity stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's a little bit like what Shoot the Defense has said here, and you could see, obviously, Carrick has come out in his interview today and has said, "This is all me," and he doesn't understand the criticism that we've been getting over recent games in terms of our pressing. That's one thing that has been good. I was like, Carrick, please come out here and talk the truth, man. Don't start chatting rubbish. Ralph, I believe, has definitely had some sort of input in today. Tuchel's laughed and said, no, that's nothing like a Ralph team. But the way that we were pressing today, I've not seen that. I can tell you now, we have not pressed that well. And there's still work to be done. We weren't brilliant today at the pressing, but I've seen us press like we're Sunday League. Today, there was a little bit more structure in our pressing, even playing out from the back, a little bit more structure. So yeah, it's gonna be high intensity, isn't it? It's gonna be pressing from the front. I don't know what formation he's gonna play. I don't know what players are gonna play. I'm hoping he comes in and bins off Maguire. Bruno Fernandes was poor today. And Bruno Fernandes has many poor games. So it's going to be really interesting. As a fan, I'm really excited. That's why I've got the top on. It's been a long time since I've wore this top, I tell you from now. And I didn't, but I put the top on now because there's a genuine reason to be excited now, because it's not just about what he does between now and the end of the season. It's also about what happens after that. Can he now start to change the mentality of Manchester United from being a business based football team to now trying to be a football team, making football
You sound
decisions.
like me, bro.
Yeah, bro, you know the struggle's been there for us as well, Rude Boy. You know how the team's set already, and that's what I'm excited about, man. But if I was to just touch on some of the points on today's game, I do believe that pundits make me sick, because especially someone like Jamie Carragher, who's played the game, and a lot of people have played the game. Like Wan-Bissaka was not reckless.
Oh, is that what he said? You know, I missed.
Yeah, he said he in it. He was like, it's reckless. I'm like,
okay,
these things happen in a split second.
Exactly.
You know, people are forgetting that.
Yeah, it's mad.
He's
I just said that.
clearly just gone for the ball was right
I know.
there. All that's happened is
What's he meant
Thiago's
to
put his
do?
foot there and he's hit him. Like these things happen. It wasn't reckless. I'm disappointed he done it. I don't think Wan-Bissaka's having the best of seasons this year.
You know what it is, Sam? Sorry to interrupt, but when a player's not in good form, or these guys want to dig someone out, they will dig them out, because I don't know, say Varane, or I'm trying to think.
Maguire, if that was Maguire,
or even Van Dijk, say for example, a good defender did it, because everyone makes mistakes. They would just say, oh, he was unlucky, is one of those things. But because it's Wan-Bissaka and he's an easy target right now, because he's not playing well, let's be honest, then they just dig him out and they make all these other. It was unlucky. He went for the ball. What is he meant to do? He has to clear the ball, doesn't he? So it's a bit mad, but you know, it's unlucky. It's unlucky because Chelsea, like you said, D-man, other than that, Chelsea weren't looking like scoring. So
I thought it was going to be one of them days when Werner missed that chance when he kicked it past the post. I said to myself, it's going to be one of them days. Like Man United, I don't believe we deserve to get anything out of the game, because, you know, I don't ever believe if you just defend for 90 minutes.
Sams, you know what, Sams? I disagree, man. I think if you defend well as a unit, like D-man said, and you limit their chances, like their quality chances, and then you take your chance, you deserve it.
I hear that. I hear that. But apart from that first 15 minutes of the second half, like the first half was awful. I think I do get that you defend, you limit the chances, which we did. De Gea wasn't making saves after saves.
Exactly.
I think a team like Manchester United should be holding on to the ball better, causing more problems going forward. That's what I believe. The first 15 minutes of the second half, we were a lot better, 100%. So from that point, but I just think Chelsea had so much of the ball, and I was nervous because all of them corners we were dealing with them, but I was thinking it's going to eventually happen. It's like eventually, after a while, they keep throwing the kitchen sink at you, and it will open up, and that's what eventually happened. And like you say, Rudiger could have easily have won it at the end, and I don't think that we would have been able to turn around and say, you know, like he said that we were gutted that we got a point. I don't think we would even can turn around and say, you know, we didn't deserve that. You know what I mean? But I do believe Carrick needs to be given some credit. Keane didn't want to give him no credit in the post-match debate in the studio. I think Carrick has come in difficult circumstances. I do think that he should be gone along with Ollie, but he's come in, and we have looked more organized than we have done for the whole season. We have looked better organized, man. Like there's been more intensity. There's been more running. I would love to hear the running stats from today's game, because the team definitely run. They put a shift in today, and we weren't seeing that before. So whatever the reason was before, we don't know. But definitely we see here what Shoot the Defense says. Germans love proper defenders. Maguire's price tag means nothing. He'll be benched sooner or later. If Bailey didn't have glass knees, he'd be a regular. And I think this is something that we do have to focus on, that Ollie kept playing the same players, the same team, the same system, just the same. You know, Stav messaged me earlier and was like, Carrick's moving mad because he's dropped Ronaldo and he did it. And I'm like, you know what? Like when he played the new team in midweek against Villarreal and today, I'm here for it. Let's see something different. We're seeing under Ollie, we've seen the same thing week in, week out, same players week in, week out. And it ain't been working because we lost 5 out of 7. So let's see something different. Do you know what I mean? It's a debate. Should Ronaldo be playing? Should he not? I hear the debate, but I'm here to see something different. And we saw
it starts against Arsenal, though.
Yeah, 100%. He starts against Arsenal, definitely.
He starts against Arsenal, and you know what I would say is, I'm back now, man. I'm confident about
hey. Yes, Jason. Hold that, Jason.
Yeah, I'm back. You know, if Ollie was still at the wheel, Ollie, I would be down in the dumps. My shirt would not be on. But now I'm back. I'm not saying we're gonna be winning the league and all them thing there, but we will beat Arsenal.
Hey!
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Hold that pain over. Hold that.
Okay.
Yeah, Jason, you're shook now, innit? Tell the truth.
I'm not shook, bro.
You're not shook.
We've had many discussions when it comes to Arsenal, Man United, and you've come out saying we're going to beat you and stuff. And
No. Most of the time, I don't. Most of the time, I don't. Jason, we can go back to the archives. I don't come out and say we're going to beat Arsenal. Arsenal have been a bogey team for us. I don't come out and say that.
When we've had them little one-on-ones on the old Views podcast, we've had them one-on-ones between me and you regarding the fixture, and you're saying, yeah, we're going to beat you 2-1 and whatnot. Go and have a look, bro. You'll see for yourself.
I don't remember that. Still.
Yeah, of course you wouldn't.
I don't remember that still. But look,
we'll see on Thursday, innit? We'll see on Thursday.
We're going to see on Thursday, boy. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. I think this is the start now. I think this is the start. I do think, you know, Pat, you did say that we'll finish fourth because what your logic was they will sack Ollie, they'll get a new manager in, and we'll still finish fourth. Yeah. I still think there's a lot to do. There's a long way to go. But I do believe now we'll start to see much better than what we've been saying. It can't get any worse anyway.
Exactly. So, as you know, the season has a lot of twists and turns. There's bumps in the road. And I was just of the mindset that Ollie won't last forever. You've got enough quality there. You'll get a good manager. And Man United are not going to get a bum. And then you lot will push on. And lo and behold, it looks like you're pretty much almost there or thereabouts now. With Ragnick, pretty much will be confirmed tomorrow. And then you move and get ready for Thursday. So, yeah, man, exciting times. The Premier League is just attracting all the best minds and the best managers. And that's only good for us lot as fans, consumers, and obviously for the English players as well. So, yeah, let's rock and roll, man. Let's rock and roll.
I want to say one last thing, and then I'll just get some more thoughts from yourself, D-Man and Jason. But the reason why I'm excited, is because, as I said, I've clocked it now that the majority of football fans make out they watch all games. They really don't. I watch all Manchester United games. I don't watch all Arsenal. If Arsenal are live on TV, I'll watch them. So I do have to listen to an Arsenal fan when they say certain things. I have to listen to a Spurs fan when they say certain things, a Newcastle fan when I don't know everything. But when it's about Manchester United, trust me, I know Wagwan over there. And we have been so bad. It's been clear that we have had no direction. Just the thought of having somebody with a footballing brain taking these set of players now, that's where the excitement comes from, because we haven't actually had that. We haven't had that. Now we're going to have someone come in with a plan, identity of how to play football or how he wants to play football. You can argue whether it's the right way or wrong way or whatever. At least we know how he wants to play football. So we're now going to see a Manchester United team. It's not going to happen in just like that. It's going to take some time. But we're going to see a Manchester United team playing football the way their manager wants them to play football. We've not been able to see that. So that in itself is exciting. Even under LVG, we don't agree with it, but at least man had us playing a certain way. It was clear how LVG wanted us to play football. So I'm excited for that reason, man. I'm excited.
That's understandable.
Yeah. D-Man, go on.
You know what? I agree. Like you said, like it's similar to the Newcastle situation. You know, it's something to look forward to. You're gonna have identity, someone who knows what they're doing. And I think, like I said, I think it will then you will finish fourth on the back of this appointment. I truly believe that. My only, I'll say concern, because I don't really care about Manchester United, but I'm thinking we know what he's about with the high intensity that they call him the godfather of the gegenpress, whatever you call it, yeah. Which is fine, and it'll be interesting you look, because that's how Liverpool play. Yeah, so it'll be interesting you play like Liverpool. That is going to be very interesting to see. But if you get fourth now, based on that, yeah, because they're saying that he's here to the end of the season and with the promise of like a senior role in the club, right?
Yeah.
So meaning he's gonna not call the shots, but he's gonna have a big influence on it, right?
Yeah.
Who do you bring in to replace him, and is it someone that's gonna follow that same style of play? Because surely if he's calling the shots, he's got not calling the shots but have influence. He's gonna want players have an input on certain players who play a certain way. But for instance, if you bring Poch in, he doesn't play like that. Yeah.
And
So are you gonna have to rewrite?
I don't think they will go for. I personally this is just my opinion as well. So it's not off any theories or me looking into it. I don't think they go for Poch or even maybe Ten Hag.
I think they go for Hentag, right?
Yeah,
which will be
they go for someone that fits exactly. It has to fit.
That's what I'm saying. So
philosophy is otherwise, what's the point?
Does that completely rule out Poch? Because I don't care what anybody says. He wants to leave PSG and he wants that Man United job. So do they completely dismiss him then? If they've got Ralph in charge from now on and going to instill this style of play, move upstairs, they have to get someone who's going to be able to fit that style of play, no? So
what I would say to that is the players that Ralph is going to be working with between now and the end of the season is not his players. So it's not like he's staying on for a couple of years. He's going to start buying players to fit his style. He's going to coach the team in his vision until the end of the season.
Yeah.
Now, going forward, they then are going to have to, what I'm hoping is he's going to then bring his knowledge and we're going to create a philosophy and how we then move forward, and I don't think that necessarily means it's going to be his philosophy, but a philosophy going forward that will enable the next manager and the next manager and the next manager after that to come into the football club and build teams. And then when the manager goes, then the next manager comes in and he continues. So
which is good. But if you put yourself in Ralph's shoes, you do a great job at Man United, bring them up to fourth, and you get the role upstairs, and you have the input of picking players. Are you really going to look for players that you're not familiar with their style of play? Like when you've been picking players across your career that kind of suit a certain kind of mold, and you've got the team playing in that. Well, I'm not saying you won't, but wouldn't it be easier to pick?
Yeah.
So
that's probably good. The likelihood is going to be exactly what you're saying, and then it just means that the manager that comes in is just going to have to fit that mold, and this is what it's going to be going forward. But I just think that whole side of it is still very much up in the air, innit? Like we still got Ed Woodward, he's staying on. How does that relationship work with Ed Woodward there, Ralph Ragnick there, John Murta there? I'm still in my head thinking, how does this all piece together? I'm just excited to just go along with the journey because I think having a Ralph at the club is much better than what we've had currently. And even John coming before coming into his role, it looks like things are moving in the right direction as well. I'm hearing that he was influential in getting Ralph in this position. He's a big fan of Ralph as well. So all of these things, I'm just thinking we're moving in the right direction, So I'm going to have to wait and see what happens. But what's Shoot the Defense saying here? He's also responsible for bringing in the next manager. Yep, something the technical direction is usually meant to do. Thank goodness, because Fletcher would have chosen Pulis. The whole Darren Fletcher technical director thing is really just baffling Man United fans because you see him in training, you see him on the dugout today with his headphones and everything. You're like, what going for this technical director? It don't make sense. But anyway, it don't make sense. You got any more thoughts on this topic here, Jason? Ralph coming in, Manchester United, and being better than Arsenal again.
You couldn't help yourself, innit? No, listen, like I can see why you and the rest of the Man United fans are excited, innit? Due to his pedigree and whatnot. And listen, who was he in charge of?
Lokomotiv Moscow.
Now
or recently? No, he's had stints at Leipzig.
Before that's
Hoffenheim as well. But
I don't really want German football.
Obviously,
tough.
Those clubs he's literally built from the ground up, and within 2 or 3 years they were performing in the Champions League. Man United is a different animal, but obviously you can see the philosophy and the ideas behind and what he can do if given time, and obviously allow the systems to be implemented. So
like I said, I can see why like you guys are excited. It's going to be interesting to see how Man United play, what you can do with the players that's there. Because if he's, like you said, if he's there on an interim basis, he's not really going to be buying players that fits his way of playing. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what he does in between now and the end of the season. I mean, what I was going to ask you is, say like for example, Man United start playing that way. They start mirroring like Liverpool, for example. They start playing like Liverpool, and they get fourth. Would you be on him staying on as manager, or would you rather him go upstairs and get someone else in, Semper?
It's a bit of a it's tough to answer that question because he's not going to be staying on as manager, and it's the blueprint is set in that he's going to be interim, and then he's going upstairs for a couple of years on a consultancy basis. That's what's being said. So it's neither here or there whether I'd want him to continue. I think, as I said to many people already in the last week, my whole thing about this whole appointment isn't even about this season now. This season is a write-off for me because we were meant to comfortably finish top four. Now to go and battle top four, win an FA Cup, it's a dead season in my opinion. For me, it's about how we move forward. Him coming in and now trying to impact the culture at Manchester United, and as I said, moving us from a business-based football team, social media-based football team that cares about views, likes, and money and merchandise and all of that. That's what I'm really excited about. So yeah, I think I would rather him go upstairs and fix that because that's been our problem. That's been our problem because it starts from the top and it works its way down. The wrong recruitment of managers, and then when the managers come in, you're not giving them the players that they want, or you're buying players that don't fit their systems or the way that they want to play. All of this stuff has a knock-on effect on the field. Do you know what I'm saying? And then we end up where we are now. To many people say, until upstairs is fixed, no manager is going to survive. So yeah, let's fix that now. Get the manager in, like what Shoot the Defense said. He's going to be responsible for picking the next manager. Get him upstairs. He'll pick the next manager that he knows is going to be able to do a job. Let's start buying players that fits the manager and the philosophy that we now want to play. And now we can now start moving in the right direction. Even if this takes another 3 years, I don't mind. As long as we can now start moving in the right direction, that's what I'm here for. This season is done for me. Next season, if we can just start building now, getting the building blocks, we start seeing the Maguires get dropped, because that would be a big statement to see what happens with Maguire over the next couple of years, because he's not good enough. That was a poor appointment. A top coach. They're not buying Maguire for 80 mil. Well, Jose
You
wanted
say
him.
that Pep wanted him as well. To be fair, like Man City wanted Maguire. I clearly remember it. So
I think they're smoke screens more than anything.
100%.
Yeah, I think they're smoke, because I don't think he would fit a Pep type of football. You look at your Stones and your Diaz's, your Liverpool. Maguire don't fit that. But he is a bit of a he was very good at pulling the wool over people's eyes at Leicester. I will give him that, because he did that to me. I thought we were getting some ball playing centre back that could also score goals at the upper end and clear headers on corners. He is awful, man. He is awful. But yeah, that's Manchester United, people. A bit, obviously, it's big stuff. We've spent a lot of time on Man United. We'll just move on to the Palace game, D-Man, because you was there. Palace 1, Aston Villa 2. Steven Gerrard has come in and done really well over there at Aston Villa, man. What were your thoughts on the game?
You know what? Like I said, I'm a season ticket holder there anyway, yeah. But
so you're not a real Newcastle fan then?
What? No, but you know what? I haven't actually seen Palace win at home this season, because every time they win, I miss it for some reason. But I've gone to the game thinking they can put in a decent performance, because the football has improved significantly since the Roy Hodgson exit. Like I said, I've said it before. Like I've actually gone to Palace early to see their warm-up drills, and it's a completely different playing field. They'll do mini rondos and stuff like that in the little warm-ups, and that was with Hodgson with just long ball training and all the things there, kind of thing. But
yeah,
to be honest, the game itself, Palace were very, very poor. They were very poor. Like Villa, from the get-go, Villa looked fitter. They looked more on it. Like Zaha, for some reason, was scared to take a man on. He didn't take a man, not once. He he get the ball dart and then look for a pass, but there's no one to pass to. Gallagher had a very poor game, which surprised me because every time I've seen him, he's been very good.
Yeah.
He was poor. The youngster, Eloise, he wasn't at it at all. He couldn't beat a man. It was just like they looked a bit sluggish, if I'm honest. And Villa looked proper up for it, and they looked quite comfortable as well. So it was no surprise when it went to 2-0, and they fully deserved it. To be honest, I mean, the first one set piece from target, but Palace didn't really look like equalising or troubling much. They had a few shots, but they were very tame shots. He looked comfortable. Villa always looked dangerous on the break as well. They had a game plan. They looked to sit back, and with Watkins, Bailey, and whatnot, they had the pace to trouble Palace up front. Watkins played very well. His hold-up play, his link-up play was very good. I know they had the incident with the sending off that got revoked. I mean, as soon as I saw it, I said, that's not sending off. From where I was sitting, that's not sending off. So it was no surprise that it got rescinded.
Yeah, got rescinded.
Yeah, but other than that, like it was just a flat performance, to be honest, from Palace all around. They just offered nothing, very little. So deserved 3 points for Villa. Gerrard's got off to a very good start. Be interested to see his next game because he's got Man City. We'll see what they're really made of, what he's really made of. But yeah, the players are playing for him. They're running, they're working hard, knocking it about quite confidently as well. I'm hoping there's a bit of a blip for Palace. I think it's their first home defeat, to be fair. So yeah, it was from a Palace point of view, it was disappointing, but Villa deserved it. Fully deserved it.
Yeah, man. Do you think that Palace like your second team then?
I wouldn't call them my second team. They're my local team. I've had a Palace season ticket for years. Like before that was Wimbledon. So it's like I'm up the road, innit? So why not? As long as they're in the Prem. When they're in the Championship, I don't. Nah, bro. Yeah. But as soon as they're in the Prem, I want to see the other teams and the big teams come and play in it. So yeah.
So give me a ticket there then when Man United play them, then rude boy.
No.
What you mean?
I want to see the big teams playing it.
No, you don't need to watch Man United, man. We're dead. You don't need to watch us.
If it was if Ole was still there, I'd give it to you, no problem. But
I wouldn't bloody make the travel, boy. I wouldn't have made the travel. Yeah, no, he's doing really good, man. Are you surprised, Jason, with the impact that he's had in such a short space of time? Yeah.
Yeah, I am slightly. You know, I didn't think that when he come in they would, you know, win 2 games in a bounce. But you know, he's come from Rangers, won the league there, got Rangers playing decent football because they went, did they go unbeaten?
Yeah,
they did, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Rangers went unbeaten in the Scottish League. So Gerrard's definitely got something about him. He has a major impact, and you know, a lot of these players know who Gerrard are. You get me? A lot of them grew up watching Gerrard play. So, you know, when they see him come in the changing room, you know, they're going to up the levels because they know he's not going to stand for any mediocre performance. So, yeah, man, it's been good so far. Let's see how long it lasts. You know, I mean, every team has that manager bounce, innit? I mean, Aston Villa had it when Chris took over, didn't he?
Yeah. D-man, you're coughing. You waiting for your bounce?
I'm waiting, bro. I'm still waiting.
What you don't think? For your what? Oh,
yeah. But obviously, his new manager bounce.
He's Crystal Palace, but obviously to Newcastle, isn't
it?
Yeah. We're getting confused now. Which is D-man's team?
I said, what? Vieira's done well. What are you talking about?
But you know what? That's such an important thing there because obviously Vieira, legend. These players are going to look up to him and be like, boom, go for it. Gerrard comes into an Aston Villa team, they're going to be on it. Do you know what I mean? I think where Lampard struggle, go on.
You know what you said about the respect thing? Zaha got subbed early, yeah? And previously, when Hodgson subbed him, he thrown tantrums. He could not say nothing to Vieira.
Vieira won't have that, bro. He won't have it.
And the thing is, it plays a big part in football. I think a lot of this is why Ollie struggled as well because when it comes, it's about egos, isn't it? Men have egos as it is, and then when you're dealing with these professional footballers getting paid the money they are and the status they are, it is gonna play a part. And I think this is where Lampard struggled after a while. Whilst he obviously was legend in the game, he had other egos to deal with. If he had taken an Aston Villa or something, I think he would have a totally different reaction from them. And again, this is probably what we've seen with Arteta. Maybe in the beginning, the respect levels may not have been there in the beginning, and he's had to work his philosophy into the players a little bit more over a period of time.
Zaha, though, when he kind of dashed his glove a little bit and it kind of went by Vieira. Vieira just kind of looked and got his head down.
What can Zaha really go and say? Like, you can't do these things there with Roy Hodgson. What can he really say to Vieira though? Vieira will dash his World Cup medal in his face, dash his Premier League medal, and say, "Sit down, little boy."
Yeah, the invincible medals. Vieira would bang him up, to be honest. Even now,
choke him, bro.
Yeah, chokes Undertaker him.
Let's quickly move on before we done, Pat. Talk to us about the Spurs game. Obviously got postponed.
Yeah,
I know you're not happy about that.
Yeah, I'm pissed off. I call her. I smell a rat. I smell a rat. These Burnley bastards. They purposely didn't. They didn't heat up the pitch on purpose, and they didn't cover like these are just standard things that even in League Twos and League Ones and championships, you knew that there was going to be snow. The forecast was heavy snow. You cover the pitch, you turn the undersaw heating on. I'm reading reports that they didn't turn it on. I was thinking, why would they do that? And then I looked at it. They've got about 8 players out. They've got bare of their first teamers are out injured or suspended for this game. So I think they pulled a fast one on us. And the Premier League need to look into it, man, because there's no way a game in the Premier League at this time should be called off for snow. Like, come on, man. Do you know what I mean? Ashley Westwood was out on a ban after totting up process. James Tarkowski, however you say it, they get the same. Jay Rodriguez, muscle injury. Matty Vidra, muscle injury. Ashley Barnes, muscle injury. Dale Stevens, ankle injury. So I had bare first teamers out. And lo and behold, they forgot to do this or do that. And yeah, man, I'm not happy, man, because we needed to play today. I believe we would have won, and then we would have been right back in the mix. Go up to 6, 1 point behind Arsenal. But for me, it's just annoying because now there's going to be a fixture congestion. Obviously, the game will be played, but when will it be played? That's the problem. Do you know what I mean?
You lot are playing on Thursdays as well.
Yeah, we've got Brentford at home on Thursday. I'm not sure what other fixtures are after that, but yeah, it's just when will they fit it back in now?
Maybe when you got knocked out of the Conference League, they'll fit it on that Thursday.
Right. If we do, then yeah. Then
they've got Prem games on a Thursday, innit? Don't you think?
Yeah, well, it's Christmas time now, isn't it?
So close to Christmas,
yeah. You do have these because your game's on a Thursday as well, Jay.
Arsenal, I'm like, what?
There'll be some on a Wednesday though, innit? There'll be some. Yeah.
It won't be just Thursday, and then there'll be Tuesday games. There'll be games all over, as it always is. You'll have the Amazon Prime games as well. They usually do that over Christmas.
Tuesday, all the 2 games on Tuesday, Amazon Prime, I think.
There you go.
I know Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday then.
Yeah. See, there you go. So they always do that over the Christmas thing. But yeah, man, I'm not happy about that. And it just seems a bit dodgy that, that they conveniently, these things happen there. But just down the road at Manchester, they played their game. And yeah, of course, it was hard to play in the snow and stuff, but the game should have still went ahead. And then obviously fans are like, so why didn't you postpone it for a couple of hours, sort out the pitch and then let them play? Because obviously fans traveled all the way from wherever they traveled to watch that game.
No way, of course. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Two fans traveled from Texas, Spurs fans, their first ever game. Obviously and you know what? You know what's funny? Malachi's like, why did they go to watch Burnley? Why would you watch that game? I was like, Mal, it's like that's the game they could watch, isn't it? You got time off work, you got plans. Maybe that's the game they could get tickets to. You're just like, huh? Why would they do that? So it's quite funny. But no, all jokes aside, imagine all the people that woke up mad early to travel all the way up there, and then 50 minutes before kickoff, that's when they cancelled it or postponed it. So yeah, it's annoying, frustrating, man. But yeah,
it's mad. What's some final thoughts on Liverpool then? They did cruise to a 4-0 win at home today. D-Man, what are we saying? I know to be fair, we spoke a lot about it, but that win there, routine, they're slapping up teams, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they're scoring goals for fun. Their front three, the new front three, so Jota replacing Firmino, I think they're capable of scoring against any team. And when you've got the best player in the Prem, arguably the world at the moment, they're always going to be a problem for anybody. Like, I know people are saying that come January time when Salah and Mane miss for the African nations, they're going to take a dip, whatever. But if you look at their fixtures, I think the only team of any substance they play is Chelsea. So I think the rest of the games you expect them to win anyway. That's why I think, if I had to stick my neck out, I think they're going to be the winners, because Van Dijk's come back from injury now. He's almost back to 100%, and even at not 100%, he's still better than any other defender in the league. You've got Alisson, who's top 2 keeper in the Prem. Thiago, who I've always said is a baller and who will be a great player for Liverpool, is starting to show his worth as well. Everything just seems to be coming together for them at the moment, and not only are they clapping teams, they're not conceding goals either. So I think the only team really to give them real problems this season have been Brighton the other day and Man City. Obviously, Man City, I believe, should have won that game. But to me, like I said, they're capable of going a long winning streak. Another routine win. Yeah, I think you're going to see 3-4-0 throughout the rest of the season, I reckon. I think they're that dangerous, and they could win both trophies, the Champions League and the league. So they're that good at the moment.
Seen. Okay. Oh, right. D-Man said it there, boy. Liverpool could win both trophies, League and Champions League. And again, I can't even look at man like he's an alien. It could well happen. Shoot the defense says someone said Leicester would finish above Liverpool this season. If I speak, I don't think it was anybody on this podcast.
Yeah,
I don't know who that was.
You always get random. Well, not a random. It could be a credible person, but you do get random shouts now and again.
Random shouts, trust me.
Yeah. So,
Jason, final words then for your game on Thursday. You play Manchester United. Mm-hmm. It's at home as well. It's at Emirates, right?
No, it's yours.
It's at Old Trafford. Oh, damn it. So they really maybe we won't win then. Maybe we'll get a draw because Old Trafford.
you know, faith at home.
Old Trafford's been a problem. What are you saying, Jason, for that game? Just give us a.
It's gonna be a tight one. I'm going for a draw with that one.
You go for a draw every single year. You are such a fraud. You just sit on the fence every year. It's a draw. Every year it's a draw. Whether you're rubbish, it's a draw. You can still get a draw. Then even when you're good, it's a draw. Like that, Jason.
No. Listen, if you lot still had Ollie there, I probably would have went for a win. But you're not the same team that you was under Ollie, innit? Your performance has improved in the last 2 games. So I'm taking that into consideration as well. You get what I'm saying? So for me, I think it's going to be a draw. Okay. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go and say, yeah, we're going to win. Like that's just me. And then for you to come up me and say, oh, you said you was going to win. Because that's exactly what you do.
No, I wouldn't, Jason. I wouldn't.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would, bro.
I wouldn't do anything of the sort, Jason.
But on the reals, if you had Ollie in charge, I'd have been more confident going there and winning.
But what are you saying, Pat? What do you reckon?
2-1 United. I think that United will win the game. I think Arsenal will put up a fight. Probably second half, you'll see a bit of quality shine through. I was going to say 2-0, but I think Arsenal will get a goal somehow. Not somehow, obviously they're going to score a goal, but yeah, 2-1 to United.
2-1 to United. Okay. D-Man, what do you reckon for that game? Because I think that's the only big game of this week, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Well, you got the Merseyside derby in that, but I think 3-1 United.
Ooh.
I think United are going to win one. 3-1.
Oh man, I hope you're right, bro. I hope you're right. I've been waiting.
3-1.
We do have Cristiano still. He does like playing against Arsenal. So yeah, man, we're gonna have to wait and see. Shoot the defense. We can't talk about Bielsa because we have to wrap up now, man. But
What do you think it's gonna be? What do you think? What's your prediction, Sampa?
I was going with 2-1 before I realized that it was at Old Trafford. So now I'm going for a 1-1 draw also. I'm going for a draw also, Jason.
Okay.
Let us know what you think, people, in your comments. Let us know what you think the game's going to be. Chelsea play Watford. So they'll get a win there. Man City play Villa. Liverpool play Everton. They'll beat Everton in the Merseyside derby. Spurs got Brentford at home. I think Spurs will win that. Let's have a look. Tuesday.
Newcastle, we got Norwich.
Newcastle, yeah, Norwich, yeah.
You have to win that game, man. That is a 6-pointer.
And we will.
Yeah, I think you will. To be fair, like
Norwich are getting points now.
To be fair, Dean Smith, sleep on Dean Smith. Actually, I'll take that back. Dean Smith's been doing bits, so it might be tricky.
It's going to be easy, man.
Norwich are rubbish.
Newcastle are rubbish.
No.
Yeah, I know. Listen, you're our guy, but you lot are rubbish as well. You got.
We are better than Norwich. Player for player, we are better than Norwich. Have they got a St. Maximin? Have they got a Callum Wilson? No.
I know.
We're scoring at least 3 goals. You think I'm joking? Listen, 3-1. 3-1. What? 3-1.
Oh boy, you love to see it. I hope you're right.
You don't need to win, man.
I know you do.
You need to win.
You know what's funny? Yeah, is if I see Newcastle don't win this game, I'm just gonna have D-man in my head, and I know the stress that man is gonna be on. Yeah, I hope if they don't win that game,
that's a big game. Jeez.
He's gonna ditch the shirt. He's gonna ditch it.
I am scared, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm scared, but we're gonna do it, bro. We're gonna do it. 3-1. We can't go this long without a win. We can't. It's impossible. No way. Yeah. No way. We're gonna get the win. We're gonna get the win.
Tuesday, 7:30 kickoff. That's gonna be a good game, and I'm watching that one.
I'll be watching that as well.
Sky?
Amazon Prime.
No, Double D said all of them are all on Amazon.
Yeah, they are. I'm looking at the Premier League
on Amazon.
Yeah, they're all Amazon Prime.
Okay.
All right then, man. Well, boys, thank you very much. I thought because of the weekend being a bit dead, it was going to be a quick podcast, but it wasn't the way. We always got something to talk about on Everyone's a Pundit. D-man, let the people them know where they can find you.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram at illphenomenal25. That's phenomenal with an F. If you can't spell it, you can't follow me. Catch me on the D&D Footy Factory show on Top FM every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. with co-host Double D. And yeah, I'm just going to be celebrating my Newcastle win on Tuesday. But before that, I know we're all Messi fans here, so we're going to celebrate the 7th Ballon d'Or as well. So yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Oh, did he win it?
He will win it.
Well,
he will win it.
Not confirmed yet, but the rumors are saying that he's won it already.
Who? Messi?
Yeah.
But why? What's Messi done to win another Ballon d'Or?
Allegedly, though, you know when they leak these early poll things, allegedly Messi's bagged it.
He scored 30 goals for Barcelona in the league last season. The small amount of the Copa America, most goals.
Yeah, he had a good season, to be fair, Samps. When you look at it, he did. So if it's an individual, and this is the thing, Samps,
Lewandowski got bumped. Lewandowski got
bumped. Why?
Well, they didn't. He should have got it. It was last season. It got scrapped, innit?
Yeah, they said they're gonna give it to him like a posthum, like you know.
Yeah, they're gonna give 2 in it. So give for last year.
Because if Messi had a great season, then I bet you they would have bloody still given it to him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they wouldn't have been scrapped.
He's right. But listen, it is what
he's struggling at the moment, though, innit?
What? Did you not see the game earlier? 3 assists and that. You didn't see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
I'm happy though because I want my guy Poch to do well over there. I don't want people.
Same. I want Poch to win.
So I want Messi to turn up, but Messi ain't been turning up recently. You know what I mean?
We know that Messi's treating this as a holiday because he's focusing on Argentina and the World Cup. We know that. Let's be real. We know that, and he secured the Ballon d'Or from time ago. So, well, he should have done it. Listen, I hope he.
Nah, you know what? Shout out to Messi. Anyway, as I said, I don't get involved in the Messi versus Ronaldo thing anymore. They're both great.
So yeah, let's just enjoy them. They ain't got long left. Let's enjoy both of them, man.
They're both great. They're both great.
It's true. But
Jason,
thanks for having me on anyway.
Yeah, man. No, shout out to you. And when Double D, we'll pattern it up so Double D can jump on with you as well. We'll get Shoot the Defense. We'll get Stealth from Shoot the Defense on as well. We'll get the team back together again. Shout out to Double D and Shoot the Defense and yourself, D man. I do always laugh, D man, because it's like you don't want people to follow you because your name is not easy and you spell it so quick. F with the F, like you're MCing.
If you know R9, you know why it's phenomenal, and you should know how to spell it in it. Yeah, if you know, just. Well, yeah. I like this. It's long.
No, big up, man. All jokes. Jason.
Yeah, man. You can catch me on Twitter, Mr. Jason Alex, same as what it says on the screen. yeah, man, you can catch me on there, man. Active.
Boom. Let's go.
Definitely active, people. Definitely active. Win, lose, or draw.
Come on.
Arsenal, he's active. He's there. And don't worry, he's going to be very active on Thursday. And if we win, I'm going to make sure he's very active. No hiding if Man United win that game. That's Mr. Jason Alex on Twitter, people. Patrick Tyrant, let them people know. Mr. Busy Man.
Yes, Patrick Tyrant. Patrick and then Tyrant, Tyrant. Obviously, Views is our channel. I'm on here every Sunday, 8:30 p.m. as standard. And then I'm on the Coys.com podcast. That's every Monday night we record. Then I'm part of the TFT. It's called the Top 6 Show. And that's recorded every Monday and Thursdays. So, yeah, a few things going on, but it's all good. It's all love.
Big up your status, Pat. Doing some big things out there. So shout out to you, man. Keep up the good work. Spurs being crap has actually helped you.
Hey, listen, the thing is, I know people banter us. We're crap, but we're still in the mix, man. That's the irony behind it. We're still there. Do you know what I mean? Couple wins and we're right back out there. Couple wins and we'll go above Arsenal again. And all these Arsenal guys, I'm getting atted left, right, and center. Today I was minding my business. Like, why are these atting me in the group? I'm like, wow.
Because some of the messages you left,
a couple of wins really got these guys talking. I was like,
no.
I was like, is this what it is?
Bro, we saw the shouts he was putting. I said
to Big Rich, are you lot title contenders all of a sudden?
No.
I'm like, so why are you not talking so much?
It's the shouts he was putting in them messages, bro. That's why they got called out.
Yeah, obviously, when I'm saying that Aston Villa and all them are better than you, of course it's banter, it's tongue in cheek, but it just basically shows. Nah, come on, man, come on. But yeah, you lot are not as good as you think you are. That's all it is. And I've always said that.
No.
Yeah, come on. Like the way you lot are talking now, that's what I'm looking at. Like, right, these are title contenders. I'm looking at my phone. Like,
no one mentioned titles, though, bro.
No, but the way they're talking with chest titles. If you see it, I was like, wow, what's happening?
Semper. He's coming in saying Leeds have got Bielsa. Leicester are better than you. Villa have improved because they've got the Grealish money. I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? We beat these teams last season.
The way I was, it's so like, yeah, these are, you can tell, boy. I got to them differently. These are pulling up tweets from like 3-4 months ago. I'm like, right, I probably rattled you like that bad.
No. Bro,
one guy, you know.
When man are actually saying, Jason, you called in, I'm like, what are you talking about? Because remember, I deleted not the group. I cleared the message in one of my phones. And I was like, what are they talking about? So I looked at my other phone. So I scrolled and I was like, oh shit. So I was going through the conversation. I'm like, raw. I forgot about these sharps that Patrick was putting in.
Don't worry. When you lot start messing up again, I'll be back.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh man. Oh boys. What a way to end the show with a bit of banter, a bit of WhatsApp things going on that spills over to Twitter. So if people, anyway, most of the people watching still all follow us, so they will see the fun and games that goes on Twitter. So yeah, man, stay tuned for this week's because it's definitely going to heat up if Manchester United beat Arsenal.
Sam, please, for my sake, make sure
there's some Arsenal man there that need to.
Please, exactly.
Are going to
hold. Arsenal beat Man United.
Mate, if Arsenal beat Man United,
it's still we're still in our early days of trying to rebuild.
I don't care.
That's where we are.
I'm not hearing that, bro.
That's where we are. But anyway, people, I'm Semps, and this was Everyone's a Pundit, man. And these were my pundits. Until next week, people, we are out, man. Thank you very much for joining, and have a blessed week. Bless up.